What is up? Welcome again to my channel. Um, this is going to be the second video of this whole series that I'm doing about trying to get more eloquent with my wording. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. Today's topic. What was today's topic? Was it anxiety? I think it was anxiety. I think that's what I decided. Let's go with that. So it's anxiety. I think a lot of people have what to say, like fear and anxiety mixed up. You know, I think it's mistaken for fear a lot because um, fear is when there's a real danger afoot. You know, there's a lion right in front of you about to eat you, and you have fear. You know, or like the time I was really young, going off skateboards, or excuse me, going off ramps with my skateboard. I had a fear that I could break something, but I still did it. Overcame the fear. So fear is when there's a real present danger, but anxiety is when you have so much stuff in your head that, and such a strong imagination that you have created something that basically does not exist yet. And it's something that is unfavorable because of whatever your circumstances or your previous experiences, whatever you want to call it, is what you're used to. And so creating that anxiety is, I would almost argue to say it's natural because it's something you've either always done or um, something that is all that you know, because if you've always had experiences that make you anxious, and those past experiences have come always come to fruition throughout your life, then your past experiences may be dictating your future. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but you know, if the boot fits, I guess. So, yeah, actually, I'm trying to remember if I had any anxiety as a kid. I think I did have some anxiety, but not in what's commonly seen as anxiety, uh, in today's society, because I feel like anxiety now is portrayed to be like a really bad thing or unfavorable, in the sense that you want to stop being anxious all the time. But for me, and actually, I can say that I still get it, sometimes, even now, is when I get anxious, I have a certain feeling in my stomach. Okay, it's like it's knotted up, like it's just, you know? And when that happens, for me, and usually in the situation that I'm in, I know I have to do something. There's something that I need to do, somewhere I need to be, something I need to be doing at that present moment that is making my stomach wrench up in that manner. And so I immediately go do that because I don't like that feeling, and I know that if I am that if I go do that thing, then it'll immediately go away. Like there was this one time, um, I was I was supposed to be heading to work, and I had to get my son ready, and you know we were he's putting his shoes on, he's going to the bathroom and stuff, and I'm waiting, and I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm like, oh man, it just hit me in that moment, and I remembered that there was something that I really needed to go do, um, at work, or excuse me, before work, and so I immediately went and did that, and then the feeling went away. Or the other time, so in that regard, let me finish my thoughts. So in that regard, there's I wouldn't necessarily say that being anxious was a bad thing, because I knew it needed to get done. I didn't want to procrastinate on that thing, and so the anxiety helped to move me in the direction that was beneficial, um, to my overall life. And um, in another respect, I used to play soccer and um, other sports when I was young. But before any game, I would get anxious. You know, I would get my nerves would wrench up. I'd get stomach would rot up. I got to go boo boo. You know, like it's a whole thing. And it's pre-game. They call it pre-game poops. You know, and it was ritualistic for me. I always had pre-game poops, even though I had done it hundreds of times. I had played game after game after game. I would still get nervous because I was so excited. I was so ready for, the game. I was just anticipating, and I wanted to do my best. I wanted to, be light on my feet. I wanted to help my team out, So I was, I was anxious, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it was a bad thing because I was able to do my pregame poop. I was light. I was moving. I was quick, scoring goals. Making shots, whatever I needed to do. So it was. There's always a way to look at things. Perspective is everything. How you look at something is everything. So if the anxiety is something that you feel is inhibiting you from doing the things that you want to do, you need to sit down and maybe evaluate, well, what is it that you need to do, not what is it that you want to do. Because I want to do things, but there are certain things I know I need to get done in order to do the things that I want to do. Okay, and that's just human life. You know, like I have a morning meditation practice every day, and an afternoon meditation practice every day, and I have those meditation practices because in order to keep myself alert, in order to keep myself nimble, sharp, and well rested and grounded, I know that I have to take time out of my day to focus on myself and to make myself um, to give myself lubrication for that day. Okay, so just like you have to eat, just like you have to sleep, just like you have to pee, in whatever grade that comes with, um, you still have to do it. There's physical necessities that dictate the quality of your life. Excuse me. So having the anxiety may be excuse me, having that anxiety may be a result of not dealing with or not knowing how to handle those necessities that have to be taken care of, and I feel like that comes with time, but it also stems from a lack of understanding that you, bluntly, like, you're gonna die one day, like you're not gonna you don't have an infinite amount of time span in this life, and so every breath that you take is tax. Okay, there's no time to procrastinate. There's no time for feelings that don't lead you to your benefit. There's no time for half measures. Okay? Okay? So use that anxiety as a tool to help you navigate this ocean that is life. Alright? There's the waters can get rough sometimes. They can get rough. But that anxiety can be used as a tool. Focus it. Alright? See what it is that you want or need to do. Okay? What do you really want out of the day? What do you need to accomplish in order to have that desire fulfilled? And you use that anxiety to navigate your way through. All right? It doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know, you don't have to take medication for it, really. Some of my friends were on pills for anxiety. I told them like don't take that stuff. I mean, anxiety, it's just a lack of understanding how to use your imagination. Okay, so that's what I got for y'all. Um, yeah, my name is Zay again. This is the second video. I felt like this video went a little bit better. I did. I felt like a little bit more comfortable. Maybe it was the getting in front of a camera. I'm just not used to that. So, all right. Until next time. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.